Alrighty, welcome back. You know, like the old saying goes, you're only as good as your last performance, and the last video got cut off again. We've had a rough couple videos, and we're starting to realize that. We're reflecting a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slow down a little bit and try to get a good video done without cutting you off. We're trying to get it posted on time. All that stuff, I guess. And this is what's going to happen right at the present moment. There's been so many people. I don't read the comments a whole lot, but there's been a lot of people asking about what your web page is or your page to get gear. Jolene's going to come over and she's going to flick it on the page where you can see where you can get Hiltz Auto Gear, and that's what she's going to do. We're going to cure that one right for a second right now. We have a page, and it's called HiltzAutoco.com, and I guess you punch that in, and then you'll see the big blue Cadillac there. I think that car was for Superman, but there's some gear there if you want something. Jolene's got it all done up very nicely. And for the people that say we don't finish cars, just kind of take notice. If you know what I'm trying to say, like, you know, we can do two birds in one stone. These are some of the cars that we've done over the time. And I'm very proud of them. And everybody that worked on them should be proud. We did them in a short manner of time. I think we did an awesome job. That lets me know when I reflect. I reflect sometimes. When she just rolled that through there, I reflected on all the work and how long it took. And it's quite amazing, actually. Anyways, today what has happened is we rolled the 40 over. We got it primed. It started raining again. It started raining again when the video shut off, so we got it primed, and I'll show you exactly what happened. We pushed it outdoors, and we went over to the other side. We have some containers that are for holding cars or parts and that sort of stuff. That's what it's for. But the containers, I've pushed the 40 in here. I've got a few projects I'm going to push in here. The 49 I'm probably going to bring in here. The 49 Merc out front, and a few other projects. But this is basically where we have stuck it. We've put it in here, and this is where it's sitting. So it's just kind of sitting out of the weather right now, and it's making me happy. You stay right there, sweetheart. I want to show. I'll turn the light on there, man. I'll show you what I've done here. If you look up top, you can see how I've made a scissor truss. You want to walk over this side, baby? You can see I made the scissor truss. And I've cut them open. So now I've got 3 containers here that can be moved at any time, but yet I can use them as a shop. This took me a couple weeks with some help, and what we've done is just took a little piece of roofing and torched the top so they do not leak. And it's a fantastic place for cars and car parts, and that's what I do with them. But anyways, I'm going to put this in here in a few projects. I'm going to clean this area up. And I'm going to make it into a nice workshop. I'm going to put 3 or 4 cars on jack stands and situate them that anybody can come in anytime at all and take over and start working on them. So that's what I've got to do. That's what I'm going to do. I got a 40. I got a 55 Merc in there that's chopped and a 49 Merc out front that I'd like to put in there, get them up on jack stands so I could work on them anytime. And that's what I have. That's my goal before winter flies again. That's, we got 3 or 4 months of, I'm not sure what we're going to have, but whatever. Right now, as I have Jolene's car sitting here, I just pulled it back like this and pulled in here and put it on the wheels. Because what happens is I want to get the wheels in the center of the fender, and it doesn't look like it's in the center of the fender to me. And when I put the cross member across, it's 2 pieces of angle. You have to picture this. It's 2 pieces of angle iron, 3/16. One piece is flat like this, and one goes down. On the other side, one piece flat, one piece goes down. So my control arm bolts up inside, in between those 2 pieces of angle iron, 3/16. It'd be exactly how the Mustang 65 Mustang to the probably 70 Mustang, or later maybe. That's the suspension I'm using. It come off a restoration job that I did for a friend named John, same as the air station. what I've done is I've modified it to hold the front end of this car. I have not finished the suspension in this car whatsoever, but the only thing that's holding me up from taking the body off and really going at it and doing a good job at it is making them wheels in the center of the fender and connecting the control arm to the frame. I can take one off. I'm going to do that right now. Actually, I'm going to take one off. Welding rods. Thanks, buddy. Jolene said she's seen you on the live chat, I think, maybe, about the welding rod. TIG rods they are. The coat hanger's a little bit bigger. I will use every damn one of them things, I guarantee it. They'll go lickety-split. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I generally don't go buy that stuff. He's from Alberta, I think, at truck shop in Alberta. I generally don't go buy that stuff because of the coat hangers, but where I have it, I know that it will work really good because that's what it's for. Yeah, that's what it's for. I did dig out a ratchet and a piece of tape and whatever. So what's going to go on here is I'm going to show you what I got going on. We'll go to the other side. Which side is best for you to film at? If you had a seat right there, or if you want me to do this one or that one over there. Okay, so I'm going to stay right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wheel off of this. I'm going to go get a piece that we have. We had it for a while now. We just haven't been able to get at it. And this is the piece right here. This is the factory piece. This is the factory piece that they've made, or I'm not sure, whatever, that goes on to the bottom control arm and to secure it from going backwards and forth. This is it. I have something that I made on there before. I'm going to take it off and show it to you. I'm going to take it off and show it to you, I guess. And basically this is what has to happen before I get the body off. And now you can also see at the hinges, come over this side, baby. You can see, come over this side. You can see on the hinges on this car, now I get the chance to dig the filler around them, dig the filler back, and polish them back up so they really look nice and do a real nice job on them. That's basically what's going on there. This little car is close, but so far away. And if you don't think I'm going to finish it, I don't know what to tell you. Just keep watching. You know what I mean? Just keep watching. I've done a few. Believe me, I've done a few. Hey, baby. We'll just slow this one down a little bit. We'll just slow this one down a little bit, and we'll get a good video done, and then we'll be happy, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll try to repeat it tomorrow. Even the sound. I'm even going to try to take more thought in having the mic on my chest. And Jolene's, listen, we've got more different mics and different things that are going on, and some work and some don't, and whatever. But we're doing the best we can for right now. We'll try to do better. She's got mics on the order. Also, I was looking at the hat and the t-shirt. She's going to give away a hat and a t-shirt this time. There has to be over 1,000 comments, and she's going to pick it. She's going to pick her favorite comment. So you go for it. If there's over 1,000, she will pick one, and you'll get a hat and a t-shirt. We're going to up it up, just for you. And the reason being is we appreciate the love that you give us. There's a lot of people that give us a lot of love, and we appreciate that. We do not take that to a blind eye. We appreciate it, and there's nothing much more we can say than thank you very much for the thought and that sort of stuff. Like anybody takes the time to send me something, takes time to do that, and I appreciate that. That means something, and it doesn't have to be like a buddy sent a little Bugatti they got the other night. She was going to bring it up, but just to take the time to send her that, she appreciates that. It's on her dresser, and thank you very much. You know, I mean, kindness should be, what can I say, recognized. Kindness should be recognized, and that way people know where comments or nice things come from. So anyways, this is what's going on this side. What I had was an old ladder bar that was cut off, and I was going to stick it in there and bolt it to the bottom control arm, and then I made a brace right there, and that's not going to stay anymore. On this suspension, the brace never looked like that. It was mounted in rubber, and it went to the front. I just changed it. It went to the back, and now we have this arm here. We have the arm to do it right, Or to do, yeah. And it would have not stopped me if I did not have this. I would have made my arm, and I would have continued on and been happy. But now that we can get these arms at the price you got them, I damn well am going to try to put them on, because I think that it's the right thing to do. I think it's the right thing to do. So basically, I'm going to take and pull the bolt back out, pull that arm back off. This has got a piece of wood in here for the suspension right at the present moment. It should drop down. I've made the top hat on this. It's not right, nowhere near it. And I will fix it. I will fix it when we come out of the car. Like when the body comes off, and that's when I will make everything look right and right and right. So I'm just going to pull this off. So if you can picture this, the top control arm has 2 bolts, which makes it more sturdy. You can't go back and forth. The bottom one only has 1 pivot point, and that's why we're bolting that on, and that gives it 2 pivot points. So that gives you 2 arms with 2 pivot points for stability, I guess you would call that. That was the word I needed to get. Stability. And now I'm just going to, oh yeah, I got a screw in that. Back in haul it of there though. Oh, I see. I even put bolts in this one. I even put bolts in that one. Man, that one wasn't coming off. I bolted her up in the whole bit. So what happens is I got a screw going up into the piece of wood holding that all together, and I'm going to take the screw out. If I got a screwdriver, no, it ain't short enough. I have to get a shorty. Bum, 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 bum. Looking through these screwdrivers is not always what I want to do, but it happens sometimes. There's a flatty there. When that bad boy, take it off. See what happens. See what happens. This car has got a Jag engine in it that Doug has rebuilt. We have another Jag engine sitting over there on the floor. This is for the new viewers that do not know. Got to talk to them too, if you know what I'm saying, I guess. This has got a Jag engine that Doug built. It's a 4.3. What's it? 4.2 liter. So it's new. Jolene has picked this for her engine. I can't say as I blame her. It looks really nice sitting in there. Now, pull this out. Out comes the suspension. Out comes the suspension. Now, if you want to get down here and take a look, sweetheart, this is just gnawed off and not finished whatsoever. That frame's been gnawed off. This hat's been made to take the top control arm. I did a video like a long time ago how I cut them open. It's in the archives. So anyways, on this here, we have 2 holes or 4 holes down here. I see. We have 2 holes in this. And we're just going to take it a little bit of time and try to figure this out. So when the body comes off, this stuff, once the bottom arm is in the middle of, when I get the bottom arm in the middle of that fender, which I can do that because I have, it's only got 1 pivot. I can push on a little bit back or forth or whatever. I'm going to make that arm in the center of the fender. And then the top control arm, like that's what we can deal with that when the body comes off and see if this is going up, down, plumb, and how far it has to go in or out to make that happen. That's when we deal with that. Watched a show last night, Extensive, I think it's Extensive. I think the producer that was here, Justin, is working on the same show. But I watched him do a truck last night on a Ford truck, probably in the 60s. And the suspension that they had built, like you would never ask for anything better what they built for suspension. You would never ask for anything better just because of the table they have and how they weld it and how it's bolted down and just how how the integrity is put into it. You would never build anything better that's underneath the truck than that. I would never think. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Not many people would have the gear or even half the know-how how to put that together. But there's a lot of good information I find watching that. I pick up things watching it, obviously, when they're bolting things down. You have to realize, I realize that metal moves when you weld it, so basically they know the same thing, and they have all the tools to fix it. So what's going on here now? Look, I've got two holes. I said this is off a 65 Mustang. Now I just noticed that there are 2 holes are not going to fit on, well, you can see that. I'm going to have to drill a hole. I am going to have to drill a hole. And the reason being is because this is 65 and this is Mustang 2, the arm that I'm using. So what I'm going to do is, in that arm, basically, you can see how, if I turn the, you can see how I put a bolt in it there. Basically, you see how I come over this side. You can see how I have to make a bracket, and there's brackets over there. There's brackets there. I have to pick this, drill the 2 holes, get that on, drill the 2 holes, because there's 4 holes there that does not work for that. We'll drill the 2 holes, and then we'll make a bracket over there. But what we're doing in the same time is we're going to have a center here and have a plumb ball and hang that down as we do that. So yeah, there's a couple things that got to go on here. I have to figure out where I want that arm and where it's going to be best. You know, that's what I got to figure out. And sometimes that might be best there, right? I'm going to get a pair of vice grips, another hand to help me hold it, and then we'll go from there. Put the nuts here on this. Jolene looks amazing today. She says she wants to do an amazing video for everybody. She's trying to not touch any buttons. I think us passing the phone back and forth, proceeded to a touch of a wrong button. It's just a touch screen, is it not? And it would go, take off. I wanted a pair of vice grips going the wrong way. It was an open space down there, and I liked it, so I went that way. Yeah, that's basically about it. That's all I need is a small pair, I guess. Oh yeah, I wanted the bracket. Yeah, it takes time to clean this stuff up. We have to jump a lot of hurdles sometimes to get done what we want to get done. There's the other control arm. And there's the brackets that they send with it. This has got the bolts and everything. We had the bolts. I don't know if I got the big bolt on it. Yeah, must have. Remember the bolt in the other spec, that one, but we know what size it is because they got it right there. And for you know, I don't know what this arm cost, $60 or American, $60 American. So we're double it. We just double it and add tax, basically. So we're $100 and some for each arm, which is fantastic because let's face it, it makes it more factory. The brackets that they're giving us are awesome. Like that's 3/16, I would say, or bigger. It's good shit. Good shit. So basically, and I'm basically just wanting to see where this is fitting the best. I do not know. Maybe I should do that also. I should do that at the same time. All this stuff is just sitting on here. The bearings are just on there, so it rolls back and forth, and that's basically it. So I got a piece of tape. What's his name? Joe Sosa, is it? Yeah. I want your laser right at the present moment. I thought about that this morning. I said, I'm going to do that. I said, it'd be nice to have that laser. And this is the reason why, because I could put it on there, and then I could put my, wherever I think center is, and it could plumb it down. What I'm going to use, I had a plumb thing here one time. Anyways, I got a heavy nut and a string. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it on wherever I think is center. I'm going to hang it down past the, where the center of the wheel is, and then I'll go from there. Like we'll get it as true as possible. I want to pluck that on. Actually, I want to draw center of the wheel first, I think. And this is something I have to get into. You know, this stuff doesn't go quickly, especially when I'm putting on chassis parts. It takes time. I have to pull that all off. I have to drill 2 holes in it. I'll have to make the bracket on the other side. Everything has to work right, I guess. I want to come back where Jolene is. Sorry. And basically what I mean by the center, if I want the center of the wheel, I got the wheel arch and the fender. I'm hoping I sort of got them the same. I got the wheel arch and the fender, and all I'm trying to do is find the center of the wheel arch. That's basically what I'm going for, the center of the wheel arch. I'm going to say the center of the wheel arch is right there. And it could be and it could not be, but that's where I'm saying it's at. How does that look like on the camera? Am I crazy? My head too far back? You know, should be here. I'm just going to look at it for a second, sorry. We're close there. What I'm going to do is, just take this here, take a piece of tape. Kind of cavemanish, but it's going to work. Like, let's face it, it's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work! Yeah. Come on over here a bit, bye. So, that wheel, bolt this on. And I might have to put the wheel on. Well, I will have to put the wheel on. Probably going to do it in my mind. Put the wheel on. Now, what I'm doing there is I've got that vice grip on there. I'm just seeing where this bracket has to go on the side of this chassis. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Basically, also another thing too I see, this here is running parallel this way. So obviously I'm going to want this running in the same way. You know, I can't have one running this way and one running this way and expect them to work, right? I think it would bind, would it not? It would bind. In my opinion. I'm thinking that I want I'm wanting, without messing with this too much, I'm wanting, if you're watching, I got one in straight here, and I want them pivoting on the same. I almost should be able to shove a rod through this into that one, and then have them run exactly the same. I might even do that. This piece would have to be cut, and then I see if I can run a rod in through that. I won't be able to run a rod in below it because it's lower. Just have to think it over, you know what I mean? It's just thinking it over. Basically, that's about it. And all I want, this bottom control arm. This bottom control arm should work by itself and just come up and down very nicely without going anywheres. Once I get it in the right spot and get this centered, then we'll be laughing. I'm going to go to the other side. That far back, but we sure can. Ba, ba, ba. Now, just trying to see where I can get a bracket and that can come up all the way. We have a frame rail sitting right on the long side of that, so that has to come up all the way. It can be pulled out a little bit. I just want to see if we're on line with this one. Looks pretty good, you know. Looks pretty good. I just have a little tab there weld on there for that. And that's just a matter of getting that back. And I know what that's a matter of. What I see I got going on, I sort of got the same thing going on, both on the same side. On the bottom control arm, it's running in, I have a piece of angle iron. If I draw it, I have a piece of angle iron going across the frame, on this frame to the other frame. One piece of angle irons are like on the bottom of the frame like this. One's like this. That's what I got going on. The frame runs on top of this. Okay, there's your angle iron down here. I got one over here, one here. Then I got it cased in the center. It runs down here, and my joint is in here, my control arm. Right, there's my control arm, and I'm trying to bolt it here and run another one back, right there to the frame. Well, this one here, in order to get my wheel in the center, if I want it there, I'm going to have to take the hole that I drilled in the back. It's going to have to be on a different angle. I'm going to have to repair that hole that I drilled on this angle iron, repair that and let that come back a little bit, which will give a different mount on this one. And that's basically what I see what's going on. I don't want to tug and put a whole bunch of pressure on it. I can pull it back a little bit and put pressure on it and hold it there. I don't even know if I'm at center yet. It's going to take a little bit to make sure of that. And basically, that's what I think. So I got a bolt going in through here. I want it just to angle maybe just a little bit. So this angle, there's a bolt here, goes through. Just angle a little bit, and then I can hook this one up and have this in the center. And I have to do the exact same thing to the other side. I'm thinking. I'm going to take another look back at the wheel, see how I'm feeling about it. To me, I'm a little back on that, I think, on the center of the wheel well, to be honest with you. I could come ahead a little bit. Quite a bit, actually, to make me happy. That doesn't have to be out that far, I don't think. And that's just a matter of taking another look. Let's try there. And this is by eye. I want the center. Don't want to get mixed up with the pigtail. Mixed up with that one. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Still says I have to come back a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to peel all this control arm stuff off. I'm going to peel it off. I'm going to wind out my hole a little bit. I'll have to do a little repair there. I'll wind my hole a little bit so I can get my control arm back a little bit, and then I might even while I have that off, I might even see if I can get them running on the same playing field, this control arm or the arm that I'm adding to this. I'm going to add to that. I'm going to see if I can get them on the same bolt pattern or the same whatever, and then we put it back on, then we'll know exactly where it's got to go. That's what I'm thinking. When you don't do suspension every day, like I do not do suspension every day, build chassis and stuff like that, I have to think. I really do. I have to think. And if you're doing it every day, well then it becomes, what's that word called? It becomes repeat, doesn't it? Then you become real, you know exactly what you're doing. But as I'm figuring it out as I go, you're getting to see exactly what I have to do. I'm learning at the same time. Because, and I'll tell you why, I do not know everything. I do not know everything. Not even close. Not even close. But I can build you a Bugatti. Okay, baby. Huh? I can build you a Bugatti. And we got nuts on them. We're going to try to wash them, take them off, and bring that down as one piece. These are my brackets. This would be a gusset. This piece here would be a gusset to the brackets of the lower control arm. Alrighty. Where'd I put that bad boy? Taking that wheel off. See what happens. See if I get lucky. Oh, you lucky. All right. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. So we're on our last hurdle for designing and fabricating. We're on our last hurdle. This is the last hurdle right here, and everything else, when I get the body off, it can be repaired then, when we can see and play and all that stuff. Yeah, there you go. Drop that on my head. Well, that wouldn't hurt me. It's always nice when it can spin off by your fingers, but that's not going to happen. Now, what happens is this comes up. 2 bolts come out of the top. And we have 1 down the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and chop my fingers off, is it? No, better not. We'll let it go that way. And we'll try to get a pair of vice grips there. I know they're not what I'm thinking about, though. They're not what I'm thinking of, sweetheart. I just want to try to pull on it a little bit, maybe set of channel locks. So the top control arm there, as you look at it, it's something that I modified. It didn't look like that before. What I did is I cut the center of it out to allow for the hat, I guess, and to hold an airbag is what I have done. And that's just, I'm doing that because that's what I thought I need to do to put the air ride on it. I am using stuff I have, and I feel there's nothing wrong with that. It's factory stuff. They used it. Why can't I use it? Why can't I use it? But yeah, the only thing that what I'm fabricating would be is the top hat, and I can make a hat just as well as any car company. I feel. Come on out, baby. Come on out. All right. There we go. What I have here is now you can see what's going on. There's the lower control arm. Lower control arm. Top control arm. I have a hat here that these 2 go down on. Or two bolt in. The bag will be inside of here, on top of the hat. The control arm here. It has 1 pivot point. We couldn't have that riding down the road. You know what would happen? That wouldn't be very strong. So we've got this piece here that we're putting on this side. Look at that now. Now we can line them up. Put a rod through there. We can bolt them and make it perfect. Huh? How you like that, Jolene? Jolene's lip wouldn't even went funny. She got bit on the lip here the other day. She got lip injections and never paid a cent. Did you, baby? Lips injections and never paid a cent. I said it's against the law to look that good. And that's what we'll do. We'll put a round piece of round rod in there, a piece of round rod in there, and we'll drill those 2 holes. That's what we do. So that's what has to be done on that. I think what I want to do is I may as well do them, get them off and do them both at the same time. So I'm going to run to the other side. This is a nut that went up here. The 2 nuts that come off. Just want to keep things in order before I get going here. There's a washer and a nut. Put everything in place before I get going. Open a nut over there. Jolene took me to a site on the internet. It says Bad Chad Custom Cars or something. Bad Chad Cars, Custom Cars, images. Google it. There's lots of nice images there. And one thing, you'll have to take notice. One thing you will take notice is the color. Like all the color. I like color. I like the colors in the crayons that were the little tiny pack that first started. They're my favorite colors. You know, you got a red, you got a blue, you got a yellow, you got a green. They're my favorite colors. Yeah, the brackets are going to stay with. Did I lug that over there? Did I? And what did I do that for? I lugged that over there. Why did I do that? Because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, you showing some cars? The yellow car, Jolene found, we were just going through them, she was showing me this, and the yellow car is sort of probably one of my favorites because there's basically not one panel on that car that is a Pinto, and that car right there, I enjoyed that car. You can say what you want to say about it. That thing's badass, and it's, you know, we built it in a short amount of time. I'm very proud of it. It's probably my favorite, I guess. Somewhat. It's got good power. It's got a 302 high output engine in it. It's got a 4-speed or 5-speed in it. Very fun. Well did. It so much reminded us of when, oh yeah, that's what we can do. If we'll tag Elon Musk in that, in the yellow car, and that way there, if he wants a sister or a car for him to his truck for him, we've got it for him. And tell him, we've got glass that don't break. Right? Right? That's our sales pitch. Our glass don't break. And was that a sales pitch or wasn't it? It's hard to tell these days, you know. I was watching TV just the other day. I was watching TV. And I want to sit up and say this, to be honest with you. I want to sit up and say it. Just get this out first. I was watching TV the other day, and there's no name said. It's just a lesson for me. That's all it is. That's all I'm telling you. I was watching TV the other day, and it was a man that's, well, he's a billionaire, I guess. He's a billionaire. And he said that he told somebody something, and the next thing you know, and it went around and went as a big rumor and so on and so forth. Well, why wouldn't it? Why would you not believe something that a billionaire tells you? Why would you not believe that? You would think he would be an honest, true man because he would have no need to fib. I don't know. It actually kind of disgusted me for a billionaire to think when he says something that it's not, why would you even fib about anything? I haven't got $1 billion cents, but I'd still not lead someone down the wrong hole. You know what I mean? And as for a billionaire to do that to somebody, you know, just joking around or doing whatever, it just says what the world's about, doesn't it? Doesn't matter who you are or who you think you are. There's always someone that thinks that, you know, it's okay to send someone down the wrong hole. I don't think that way, and believe me, I would not fib to anybody about something. It just, oh, don't want to do that. Yeah, I do. Just blew me away. And the billionaire was surprised that they said something. You know what I mean? Like, wow. Okay, well, you're honestly, like, wow, just amazing. some people think it's okay, and some don't. I don't know. I just don't think there's any need for it. If you were to tell someone a fib, I'm sure, or I was telling someone, I'd let them know as quickly as possible so they didn't go say anything or do anything. But for a billionaire to tell a fib and then laugh at somebody because they ran with it, that was my lesson of the day. You know, don't matter who you are. Don't run someone down a rabbit hole. What for? You know, don't run someone down a hole where they're going to get caught up in some kind of mess, and you look back at and laugh at them. Well, that's not what humanity's about. Humanity's about helping somebody or showing somebody the right way or the wrong way. I don't know. But for a billionaire to laugh at somebody because they said something that they were told, you know, from face to face, and laugh about it because he was lying, says a lot, don't it? Says a lot. What's that? That's my rant for today. So this is the other control arm that I made. This is where it bolted in, where I welded on. See, I could turn those and adjust those back, make those bind and make them go in place, but that's not the way that has to be done. I want a nice flow there on that front end. I want a nice flow. Get my workout. Hey, it's coming hard. It's coming hard, baby. Come on off, baby. That thing turned up top? Oh, it is too. Son of a gun. Get another wrench. So we're not giving no hat, no t-shirt away today. It's going to be on this one. Yeah, you're going to have to tell Jolene how good a job she did filming. You know what I mean? Or you know, like, you know, just saying that you're a good follower, or you appreciate us bringing you in, or I don't know. I don't know. There we go. Now we're talking. Talking my kind of licorice. Should have a power tool on this and get this damn thing off, but take a knuckle off is what I'll do. Just trying to get the two bolts of the top hat that I got going on. If you watch the video, when it fell on one corner, made a noise, this is where it fell. The boot or the hat I made on the top for the top control arm was just tacked on, and it let go. And the reason I had it tacked on, because there was no engine in it then. Now there's an engine in it. Now there's 800 pounds or 700 pounds inside. So that's why it failured. It failured. Feels good to be back in the center of the things, doesn't it, baby? Huh? Feels good to have the old Bugatti back in the center of things. Yeah, take that off. Okay. There we go. So we know, how do we get that caught in there now? Don't be like that. How did I even get that on there, to be honest with you? Now I'm going to take the bottom bolt out. And we know which one goes on which side because the steering's on the back side. Steering's on the back side. And then we got to figure out when we get the body off and have the radiator sitting there. Then we're going to have to figure out how we're going to get a rack in there, and that's going to be fun. And the only way to do it is to like when we get the body off is to do it. You know, cut, make it work. Cut, make it work. Basically, that's the end of the story. I'm trying to get a little pressure off that. That's quite heavy, that front end gear. Hard to believe. Hard to believe how hard that it is. Oh, we muscled that one good, didn't we? Ooh, muscled that one good. So we got a bolt over here. Or a nut over there. And we have probably another nut somewhere. And that's in there. Basically, that's what's going on. Have another nut somewhere right there. So I can put it back together and know where everything's at, that's all. And that one there's basically to put through the lower control arm. So, to be honest with you, this one goes on here. This is the way it should roll. C clamps. Or this is what I'm thinking how it should roll. Where did I put them? This is what I'm thinking. You should have this on here like this. Just bolt it down. It's a hard thing to do is get that in place. Yeah, get a bolt. Now I'm gonna have to drill 2 holes for this. I see. Don't know if I'll weld the other one shut or not. I have no idea. I might close the bottom in. I've seen. That's why I have the suspension actually. He bought some stronger suspension, Mustang, upgraded it, and the bottom of it was welded in, so there was no twist at all in that. If you like the bottom, see how it's open? They had a bottom welded in it, and that's basically what a high performance control arm is something that's stronger. I've actually made this into a high performance control arm because I've doubled the strength in it, you know what I mean? It's both sides. It had one side one time, then I cased it in and made 2 sides. All right, so this should go on like this. I'm going to have to get a piece of round rod or something that we can go through here into there, bolt that down, and then we'll be laughing for the control arm's sake, but we will not be laughing for the car's sake, because then that's when the modification has to come to the car to accept what we are going for. And I have to find a piece of round bar. There's a piece right there, but I don't know if it's big enough or big or round enough. Round rod right there, I see that. Yeah, I see that stuff there too. Whoop, 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 I got a piece. Whoop, whoop. Look at that now, would you? Hope that can go through. It looks like it will. It'll go through that one. I wonder if it'll go through that one. No, it's too small. It's a smaller bolt in that one. So what I'm going to do is, that one works, doesn't it? So basically, that's not going to go through there. Let's cut this off. I'm going to cut this off. I had this for the car to hold the wheels from going either way to stay together. Maybe I should keep the... No, I don't think I need it. I'm going to cut it off and slide it through. That bar is not as good for that one, but it's not good for this one. So we'll just compromise. Basically, that's what a lot of building cars is compromising. If something don't work, you can do it another way. You can go underneath, on top, on the bottom, upside down, whatever it takes to get what you need. Compromise. Yeah, we finished some cars, didn't we, baby? Finished some cars. Scroll up. Cadillac looks nice. The bike looks nice. I like them all, to be honest with you. This one right here, I don't know if I got good results or bad results, but Bad Chad Customs Retro Rides. It's got a Bertoni there. Click on that. And it has some cars there that are Oh, this one right here, that's a badass shot in my opinion. What's that say? What's this? Twitter me there, Elon Musk. Somebody'd love to have a car that the windows don't break. Just teasing. Just teasing. It would match the truck, though. It'd be a good sister for the truck, wouldn't it? Huh? It would. So basically, this is what I'm up to. We're going to work on the Bugatti and try to get the front end licked up. And you see what I'm doing here. I'm putting these arms on. We're going to work on this for a couple days. I'm happy. We just put a little primer on the 40 because it got a little bit of loving. It got a little bit of loving, then it goes back outdoors. Somebody said, "Why didn't you do it all?" Well, that would have took more time, more product. It was getting a little bit of loving, and that's what we do. We send it outdoor or send it to the next shop. But we'll stay on this one until I get these lower control arms figured out. And then we can pull this body off at any time and do something with it. But as soon as I get the control arms figured out on the front end of this car, it's going back up where it was. Then I know the body can come off. Jim's car is coming in. I'm going to put a floor in it, and I don't plan on taking long. 57 Oldsmobile. Going to put a floor in it. And I'm just going to put a floor in. So if some young person sees a piece of junk, and if they got the will and the want to fix it, I'm going to show them how they could put a floor in something and run it. That's what I'm going to do. So as this goes on here, will that go through there? I didn't even check. It did. Goody, goody, good gumdrops. Goody, goody gumdrops. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I got stuff on it. I'm going to take it out. Got body fill in it right. Yeah. Come on. It's a good tight fit. Good tight fit. I'm going to put my glass on to scrape it down a little bit. I think that's a body fill. Oh, that won't hurt that. I know a body man. Fix that right up for you, sweetheart. No problem at all. Are we doing well, sweetheart? We're doing well. How about I put, I'll do this. I'll show how I'm going to clamp it together. I don't think anybody needs to see me how I drill holes, see me get frustrated. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to put it together. And then we'll put it on together tomorrow. That's what we'll do. Is that good, baby? Is that good thinking? She said, "Good thinking, stinking." Come on through now. There. See now? I put a little bigger piece of pipe on that to make that square. You know, I can actually square it up myself by looking at it in the hole, you know. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm looking around. It's centered by this piece. It's fitting just as tight as anything. That round rod, I should have looked at it, see if it's straight. But what I'm going by is I'm just looking around the edge of this, the edge of it, and I'm just going to clamp it. And you know Jed clamp it. Yeah. Hit oil. Moved to Beverly Hills. Became the Beverly Hillbillies. Me and Jolene are the Hillsbillies. We live in Canning. And that's basically what's going to happen for a control arm underneath that car. So we got the hat holds these two, goes in here, this goes down inside, and we got the bottom control arm. We got this here and this here to fasten that to the car. And I think that's going to be fantastic. It's going to work really well. So what happens is when you hit a bump with the wheel, as I turn this piece here, as you hit a bump with the wheel, it's not going to drive the wheel back because it has this here. And this is your integrity. If you had one pivot point, it could drive the wheel back. With this here now, it takes the integrity so the wheel can't come back. And that's why I had that piece going in there. And that's what's happening. Cool. thanks for watching, everybody. And I hope that you enjoyed the video a little bit. We slowed down a little bit. You see what I'm doing for the front end of the car. And all I'm doing is mock-up. I'm putting it back in. And I'm going to see where it fits the best. And that's where it's going. That's basically the end of the story. And wherever this lies, there's got to be a bracket. It's got to be as simple as that. Yeah, I was just looking at something, see if I could take it and put it on the underneath of that. Don't want to do that. Alrighty, that's where we're at. We want to thank you for watching. Is there anything we're doing here? We're not drawing for no hat this time. We're just wanting 1,000 comments. Jolene's going to pick the best one. And if you really want to, go through some cars and see, some cars that we have built and finished, you're more than welcome to scroll for days. Look at that thing there, would you, man? That was the old cider truck. Well, that was quite something else. To expect a bunch of guys to pour that together in 35 days, wow. We pulled through, though. You know what I'm saying? We pulled through. There's a car right there you get inspiration from. We did not build this car. It's a Graham, I would say, but that's absolutely awesome. It looks like something I would like to build, over here, but it's fun. Yeah, all kinds of cool cars if you want to see them. Badge, I like. She got me hooked. I like all the color. But anyways, thanks for coming back. Thanks for watching. We apologize for the poor video ship lately. We have been learning the last little while. We have a couple friends that live in Boston. This little hot rod, he has a YouTube page. Go check him out. He does the exact same thing I'm doing. He's just playing with his hot rod. I don't think that he had a shop or anything. He's just building himself a 34 Ford Coupe. We met them in Boston. We went to the Lars Museum and had a talk. And we all went out to supper after that. They even paid for our supper. That's how nice they all were. We met a couple other car builders also. But we're going to say now, they did a really good job. They give away their stuff that people have sent them. They had a controlled area, which we did not have a controlled area. Air compressor was on. Jolene, we couldn't hear her. She's a small little thing, and we love her to death. We couldn't hear her. But we want to hear Jolene, next time. But what we'll do, we learned from that we'll just get the air compressor turned off. We'll make sure it's quiet, and we'll make sure that Jolene is announcing nice and proud. But we learned off that we can get better on the videos if we just try a little bit harder. We've been lagging a little bit by pushing buttons and not getting it on. YouTube's been our friend in helping us not get it on. But it's been all good. We're doing good stuff here. We're just, but yeah, this old hot rod. This old hot rod, I think it is. And he has a YouTube page. Check him out if you like watching automotive stuff. I mean, that's what it's all about. Yeah, you did a good job on your giveaway stuff, or your stuff that was sent in. And I think we'll do the same. We'll sit down and we'll open it up and thank each and every person that give us something, like the welding rods. And I will use these things, and I might even take one to the bedroom. Alrighty, have a good one, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some holes in the control arms. And then I'm going to try, we'll maybe do it tomorrow, we'll try to put them back up underneath there and try to make these brackets. Just because they give you these brackets doesn't mean that you have to use what that looks like. What we're looking for is that piece right there. We need to get that buttoned on the car somehow. If we use the whole piece or we use the little tiny piece, there's not much difference. It's still the same thickness, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. So, also, they're nice. They nice. They sent a gusset in, so that's a gusset. And that means that you put the two pieces in, and this piece holds them together so nothing can tear or rip. Peace out. Jolene, you look awesome today.